Well, we are back on the trail in Hot Springs, North Carolina. The RV is still down at Standing Bear Hostel, where we spent the last 3 days zeroing. 1 for my foot and 2 for the weather, or for my leg. And now we're gonna head back south towards the RV, and then we'll bring it up here eventually to meet the Jeep. But that's, oh, and Happy Trails is back on trail today with me. So that's kind of nice. Starfleet and Chicken are gonna be missing for a little bit. They had to take care of some personal issues, but they'll be back on trail. And I'm excited to get back with them too. Hot Springs down below. Told Rod I feel like I'm doing this all backwards now, going southbound again. But gotta do what I gotta do, I guess, to go north. And he says I have to go south to go north. Been doing all up so far. Rain has completely stopped. It's supposed to get sunny. We're supposed to have a couple of really nice days coming up. Really looking forward to that. Interesting little boulder fields through here. Lots of little rocks, and they're kind of a greenish in color. There's Deer Park Shelter. We're only about 3 miles in, so we're going to continue going this way. There's also water off to the right, but I don't think we need water yet. Pretty trail through here. It's kind of nice, gradual, slight up. Moving a little slow, about 4 miles, 3.5 miles in. My leg tweaked again, the same spot where I'm having issues. So it does a little better uphill than it does downhill. So I'm kind of babying it. Happy Trails is back there singing. Trail did a little U-turn here. It's been really nice walking through here. I've been listening to the top of Titmouth talk. He keeps going beep, beep, beep. This is a pretty spot. Nice stream here. I gotta check and see what my water is like. Enough to get some more here. Let's see. Oh yeah, beautiful. Oh, it goes the whole way up there. It's a waterfall. So pretty. Another beautiful stream here. Wow, very pretty. Yeah. Still got the ridge walk. Got some wet feet now. Sure what that guy is. So we're doing dinner. I just have like a mac and cheese thing, pepperoni and some olives. Rod's making a north side.
With a splash of chicken in it.
And then we have our tent over there. We did about probably 9.5 miles, give or take, today. My legs started hurting again, so we were going to do 13, but we decided not to push that far. The blue-headed vireo is serenading us this morning. Our campsite was directly below us there. It's about 8:40 in the morning, and we're off on the second day of this little segment of the trail. We both slept really good last night. Temperature was supposed to be 51. I think it got slightly colder than that, but it was still really nice. Had a nice big breakfast this morning of oatmeal and my chocolate protein drink. And my leg's not too bad this morning, so we're gonna muddle our way up the hill and see what happens for the day. A little breezy on this side of the mountain. Pretty high up. Pretty high up. Comes Rod. It's very beautiful up through here. Got lots of big rocks and rhododendrons and big old trees that are all curled up, and it's a Pretty walk up here. It's a steep one though. It's a bluff mountain, 4,000 and
700 feet elevation.
There's an AT sign. Pretty up here. Wind's blowing a good bit, but it's nice and open, and I think we're gonna keep moving instead of stopping. You can see the wind hitting the trees or the rhododendrons. I'm sorry. This is really pretty. Looks like some open woods coming up through here too. It's kind of what we've been climbing up, has mostly been open woods. All this white lining the trail is suddenly, it is not snow for a change. It is spring beauties. There's been all over the place. The whole woods is filled with Brad wants me to get close up of them. Let me come down here where there's a lot of them. But, oh my gosh, yeah. They're just all over the place. A little breezy, yeah. The trees are swaying. Oh, baby. And we're headed this way, up where the trees are swaying some more. Got some giant white puffy clouds. Looks like we're coming out top of a bald up here. It's a pretty view. Passing a lot of people today on the trail. That rain must have bottlenecked everybody. Yesterday we met Van Gogh and his dog Riley, and today we've met several people new, and a couple called Bamboo, a few other ones I'm trying to remember names, but they're not coming. We just passed Big Sexy and Stick. We passed Zelda, Silverback, Dr. Quinn, and Optimist, JR, Jolly. There's just a whole group of people. So it's going to be a lot of people hitting Hot Springs at the same time too. Most will go into Hot Springs tomorrow. A few may push on today. It's a lot warmer than it's been for sure. The wind's keeping it cool. If it wouldn't be for the wind, it'd be actually hot. So grateful for the wind at the moment. We stopped at Lemon Gap. There's a road out here and access to the trail. Gonna take a nice little lunch break. Got about 3.5 miles to the shelter that we're going to tonight. We're at Lemon Gap, elevation 3550, and we're headed to Roaring Fork Shelter. It's about 3.5 miles. And I think we're gonna stop there. It's nice and pushing too much and end up hurting myself worse. And we'd have to do like a 13, 14 mile day. Plus Russ says I have an old man with me. So that's the plan. We're following the blazes and passed a ton of people today. A nice little water crossing here. Pretty trail through here. And the conservatory through this area for the Appalachian Trail has done an amazing job with cleanup. They have cut out a lot of trees that we would be climbing over and under and around. Bud and I are liking this flatter trail through here. He just said, thank you to whoever did that. He's trying to pick up a birdie sound and I'm
That's
interrupting.
the green warbler. It's already picked it up.
The trout lilies there. God, they're so pretty.
I gotta stand up.
This is beautiful through here. And the trail goes up that way. This one is, it's pretty. These ones here are blood roots. I'm wondering if maybe there's some sort of trillium. There's actually 3 leaves.
Yeah, it's gotta be a trillium.
But interesting, I've never seen a flower like that, I don't think. Walking along one of the mountain streams. Very peaceful and calm. This is Roaring Spring Shelter. It's roaring something. We're gonna stop here for the night. 6:30, we're at Roaring Fork Shelter. Just us and one other guy inside the shelter at the moment. And there's one person in a tent. I just heard Louisiana water thrush. Hear it singing in the background. Had a good night last night. No unexpected visitors. And didn't sleep great, but I was very comfortable and it was warm. I was down to just my base layers. And during the night, woke up and there was a lightning storm somewhere that was just constant lightning. So hopefully that stays away from us. Here there's a big storm headed this way. Probably Saturday evening, it sounds like it's coming in. We should be off trail by then. We'll probably stay off that day. We're headed up to Max Patch. To go about 2 miles to get there, and it's mostly up today. But it's just really pretty hike. Love walking through the little tunnel here and listening to the water and the birdies sing. Looks like we got a cattle gate here. I don't know if we're going to be able to figure this out. Sometimes he has trouble with these. Been walking along an old road for a little while. It's kind of very nice. So we're going to make a right and follow the Appalachian Trail. Cow fence there. People camp there, it looks like. And looks like we going back into the woods, but it might be Max Patch up that way. We shall see here in a little bit which direction the trail actually takes us. Right now it looks like we're going this way. The sweet flower. Here comes Happy Trails. He's here.
Hello.
We are at Max Patch. This is one of the iconic sites on the mountain here, so this is beautiful. Just heading up to the field. So this is what we're walking up to. Wow. Birdies are singing up a storm. There's another one up there. Not sure who it is, but this is absolutely gorgeous. If you don't know what a bald is a mountain that the trees have been cleared off of, so it is now bald. It's a beautiful sight. You definitely see the cloud buildup today. There's some voices up there. Stay on trail, people. Max Patch. And this is the view. This is something for sure. It's very pretty. So pretty. Got some weather coming in. See the clouds are doing some fun stuff. That's the trail we just came from. We're headed this direction. It is very pretty. And now that out there is the Smoky Mountains. That's where we're headed to. Yeah, we're going to go to Standing Bear and pick up the RV. So glad to be out of the Smokies. They're getting hit with weather up there today for sure. We went through it a good time. We were just talking to a guy at the shelter last night. He went through some nasty weather up there. Besides restoration, we want to respect the ticks and the rattlesnakes, you know, by staying on trail. There's a squirrel just hanging on the tree there. He's not moving at all. There he goes. Second one, I don't know if anybody heard Rod. It's a garter snake. I walked right by him. Huh. There's a nice little brown one.
Yep. Kind of neat. I think this is a scarlet cup mushroom. I'm not going to do anything with it except clear off around it. I mean, it's definitely a mushroom.
Yeah. Pretty neat looking. It's a pretty color.
Yeah.
It's amazing how some of these trees land. What kind this is? Maybe shaggy beard or old man beard. Yeah, we'll see. Little umbrella plants or May-apples are pushing up. Just dropped down into Brown Gap, elevation 3,500. You see all the water on the road up there. Even with all of that, we have a burn ban in effect because everything is so dry. So we just had lunch. It is turning into a nice day. The sun is coming out now. Have to admit, it's been hot and humid. The sun seems like it's starting to dry stuff out a bit, but it is high humidity today. You can see in the background there, the clouds building. There's a storm front that's supposed to be hitting this way in the next day, a couple days, I guess. Today's Thursday. I think it's supposed to hit Saturday night or Sunday. And just heard from Starfleet and Chicken. They're back on trail today. There's a good chance we may end up at the same shelter with them at the end of today. Lots of birds singing this morning, probably more so than we've heard any other day. It's been a nice hike today. It's a very pretty area. Trail's well maintained. Highly recommend this section. It's beautiful. The Groundhog Creek Shelter. It's about 0.2 off of the trail. It's a little early, but I think it's 2-ish or so, maybe 2:30, if that. But other option is to go another 2 miles that goes up a good bit, and there's no water up there, so I would rather camp where there's water, so I think we're going to the shelter. It's nice. It looks like there's a spring right before the shelter, so we don't have to walk far for water. So it should be a good night here. Did hear there is bear activity here. Hog shelter. It's a pretty nice shelter. There's a good group of us here, and there is Steve and Thora. We're back together with them. Well, actually, we're going south, they're going north, but we will eventually meet up. This is Groundhog Shelter, the inside. Rod's finishing setting us up. And if you look up here at the sign, it says Bear Box 100 yards ahead, because there really is a bear that lives here. It's an adolescent that seems to be hanging out around here and is getting some stuff, so he's got to be extra careful here. So the bear knows that this is his box. And how do we know that? Because when you look closely at the box, you can find his little prints. He has been visiting here. Bright and early the next day, we had a good night. No bear visit last night. And we're starting out with a jungle gym. We made it up to the campsite. We were considering coming up to last night. We were going to eat down at the shelter and come up here. I'm glad we didn't do it. It was a pretty rough climb with the heat. Even this morning, it would have been brutal yesterday afternoon. Took a nice break. We had about 5.2 miles left to Standing Bear, plus probably the 2 miles up to there from the road. Doesn't feel so bad up here in the level. Temperatures feel nice, but going up that hill, it felt like it was 85 degrees. Pretty little spot up here. Well, climb it up to the peak. Rod says it's the towies that are singing like crazy. Interesting terrain up here. It's a little different than we've had before. Open, but it has pine trees. See a little bit of a view that way. Keep walking and see if it's any better up at the top. I think we're at the peak. Rod's checking out what the mountains are. He does this crazy thing with his arms to see what the peaks are. But this is a nice view. ET goes that way. To the right of us is this large, a little weird kind of building. And Rod said this is an aircraft beacon radio transmitter. He said this is like equivalent to a ship and a lighthouse. So it lets them know where they are. And we continue this direction.
Snowbird.
Snowbird.
Yeah, not but snowbird. And a cool Appalachian Trail sign.
Oh yeah, there's a cool Appalachian Trail sign down here. This is the point where we started descent. Those are kind of the Smokies, kind of out in the distance. We're headed back down towards them to Standing Bear. Well, that is a cool little sign. I had to video this reunion. This one's been a while. Hey, Ralph. That's what happens when you take sticks for walks. And those were all before I was wearing shorts. Still on our downhill. One neat thing about hiking this is we found a lot of our friends are still on trail. That's pretty cool. Almost everybody we started with is still here and hiking. So that's kind of neat because we have heard a lot of people got off trail. It's been a nice day. It's hot though. Everybody's complaining about the heat. And it just went so cold to so warm so fast that our bodies have not adjusted to it. Rod went ahead. He usually hikes faster downhill than me. He has a faster pace, and I'm usually faster up. Grabbing us some water. Walking among the leaves as we go down to sleep. This is pretty through here. It's a pretty purple one. Looks like it might be a geranium. Trillium and some white flowers. Some of these trillium are only in this area, so I'm not sure if these are rare or not. Wow, look at this. Walking out of winter and into spring. The trees down here actually have, a lot of them have leaves on them already. Wow. And the trilliums, they're just, oh, so beautiful. All the wildflowers are very, very pretty through here. It's like I walked into a whole different season or dimension. That's really interesting. Green everything is. So I found the trail on the other side of the road there. We'd be hiking back towards the Smoky Mountain National Park. We've been there, done that. Now I'm heading back up to Standing Bear and the RV and gonna head further north up the trail.